More pretty shiny bare knuckle pickups. You can see the bare knuckle etch right there. And the wicked split radiator style in the bridge there with the pink bobbin. Anyway, bring this down here. Just going to talk about another set of bare knuckle pickups. These are the Painkiller. Okay, sorry, that was bad. I know. But really, these are bare knuckle Painkiller pickups. This is the only set of this version of this set of bare knuckles that I have. What else to say about them? Kind of go into the naming again. Some of the bare knuckles will be named after very famous songs. In this case, Judas Priest's Painkiller. And that almost actually perfectly explains the pickup. Well, with the War Pigs that I described in another video, I said that it comes down more to the feel of the song. These do. The Painkillers come more down to the tone of the song. And they do. They have a very good Nwabum sort of tonal feel. They're very, I won't say they're mid-heavy, but they have a lot of mid-end and treble punch, especially once you start getting up to the higher frets. You really get a lot more treble through them. Bass response is still fantastic. You can down tune with these, no problem, and still play through a high gain amp and still get that mid-range punch and very Nwabum-y, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest sort of tone that really will come through your amplifier. Even something like my Mesa Boogie will push the mids a little higher with these. Downside, so you know, you get a lot of punch, a lot of clarity, and a lot of flavor with them. Only real downsides I can really give you with these pickups is they're not nearly as versatile as, say, the War Pigs are. I've played the War Pigs in all kinds of styles, from, you know, death metal all the way to, you know, even some doing a little bit of jazz chord work and fun with them, and they still sound great. These stick more with your rock and heavy metal, hard rock and heavy metal sounds. They don't go clean quite as nicely. Do they clean up? They can. It just takes a lot more work with your amplifier and your pedal setup to really clean them up. When you do clean them up, man, add a little reverb to these, and they sound fantastic. You can get some really Strat type feel out of them. Like I said, it's not that they can't do it. It just takes more work and a little more versatility with you as a person setting up your equipment. Again, other downside is bare knuckle's pricing. Set of standard Seymour Duncan pickups where you can get a very close sound to these, not identical, but a very close sound. Seymour Duncan, DiMarzio, you're gonna pay probably what, $225 a set. With these, you're getting a much more specific sound with these, but you're paying 1.5 times that. Double that once you start adding in stuff like I did with the, you know, bare knuckle etching on the pickups, the custom covers, and the, you know, the different colored bobbins, the black pole pieces. You know, they do. I said this about the War Pigs too. It's like, they're fantastic pickups, which is why guys like me and other guys who are far better guitar players than me are still buying them. But bare knuckle could increase their bass simply by lowering their prices even just a little bit. These pickups pick up a wide variety of tones. I've had this guitar, right now it's in drop B from the sounds of it. I've had it in standard, drop C sharp, and now down to drop B. These pickups don't seem to fail across any of that board. little bit of tonal difference, of course, but I mean, you're going to get that from the strings being down-tuned anyway. I do have these strings, this set of bare knuckles set up with a coil split. Coil split's definitely something you want to do if you do a lot of clean stuff, especially single note clean stuff. Single notes will come through fine on the humbucker, but they clean up and they come through a lot clearer and more in a more versatile way, distorted or clean, when you have the coil split on. You still keep that main mid-end focus even with the coil split, though. It doesn't, get all trebly when you split the bridge pickup to single coil like you would on, say, a lot of Stratocasters. Not every Stratocaster, but a lot of them that are single coil. That bridge pickup picks up a lot of treble when it's just that single coil. The treble will peak a little bit, but it'll still hold out in that more mid-range sort of area. But these are definitely, while they can be versatile, they're better in your heavy metal, especially your Nawabum sort of sounds. Which is why they got the name they did. I mean, yeah, they're named after a Judas Priest song, and I played that Judas Priest song with these pickups, and this nails it, even coming out of a Meza as opposed to a Marshall or a Laney or anything like that. So when it can nail that coming through an amp that has so much mid-range cut to it, even when I'm not busting out the mid-range, I'm keeping the mids at, I have it set up here, I'm keeping the mids pretty much right in the middle, and down on one of the other channels, but I can still get that mid-range cut and tone from it. The pickups look good, they sound good, they set up easily, there's no misfittings or anything. Just set them up the way you want them and, play with them. If simple versatility is what you're looking for, you're a guy who wants to have, one or two guitars that can do everything, these are not the pickup for you. You can do it, but like I said, it takes a lot of work. If you're a guy who's, playing a lot of hard rock and heavy metal, and, or you're a guy who just wants a guitar that can do that and be set up for that, and you have, a good stash of guitars like I do, I don't even know how many I'm at now, 11, 12, 13, somewhere in there, then these are a fantastic set. I have no plans on getting rid of these, or even the War Pigs in a couple of my other guitars. Will I say bare knuckles the end-all be-all of pickups? Well, 3 sets in, 2 identical, 2 different sets, but two are identical. No, there's still stuff that you can get from Duncan and DiMarzio, and even stuff you can only get from them, but it's worth checking out if you're willing to spend the little bit of extra cash to get those little tweaks, or even just the looks of the pickups, because that's one thing I will say, the bare knuckle stuff looks freaking cool. Yeah, it's definitely a set to take a look at. If I could compare these to any real set, it's hard to do that. The one thing you are getting with any set of bare knuckles, especially the high output or mid output ones, it's like you can, if you're willing to push your amp a little bit forward, you can get anything in an active range, really, for volume, tone, and tone. Compare for the Painkiller specifically, yeah, they lean more towards that DiMarzio Super Distortion, Duncan 59, JB Jazz sort of area tonally, but they do provide you with a little more output and a lot more clarity, especially for lead playing. I know I'm not really saying a lot in either of these reviews about each specific pickup, but you really have to go through. I mean, they provide the tones they provide. The bridge gives you a little better note separation. And the neck pickup cleans up a little bit better than the bridge pickup will. split coil full humbucker, either way. Either way, you know, if I'm going to give these a rating, I forgot to do this for the War Pigs, but if I was going to give the Painkillers a rating out of 10, they're an easy 9.5 if that's the tone you're looking for. I'll rate the War Pigs here too, because I didn't do it on camera. I'll do it in the description, I guess. Out of 10 for the Bare Knuckle War Pigs, they're a 10. They're my favorite pickup currently. Anyway, guys, you got any questions for me or any feedback for me? I'm willing to take feedback too. I know I'm not doing a lot of playing. I wish I was. I got nothing for a recording setup. What I could get through the camera, I could probably show you a little bit of the differences, and I might try and do that. But other than that, you know, leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think, and hopefully you found this even just a little bit helpful to you. Thanks.